Trout, trout.
Here, been guiding in Port Mansfield since 2004-05. Retired law enforcement. Worked in law enforcement for 22 years. Worked my way up as the police chief and retired back in 2017. During my career, I started guiding part-time, trying to build up clientele. Wade fishing and exclusive lures only trips, and was running 60-80 trips a year while working full-time as an officer, and just worked my way into retirement and slid right into guiding full-time. Back in 2009 I ended up acquiring the then Kwigglers, now rebranded to Kwigglers fishing lures, and incorporated that into my guiding career. We had a couple of real cold snaps. We had the water temperature down to about 52 yesterday. It increased to, we saw it rise up to about 67. That's a pretty distinct change in the water temperature, but this morning it's still going to be pretty chilly, so I got 2 layers on. I got a pair of Sims fleece underneath and a pair of Sims pants. Just 2 layers will do it. And one reason why I like to wear the Sims light pants over my leggings is because after I get in, I can take my waders off and clean my boat or walk around town in something other than just leggings. So I like these real thick wool socks. The water's going to be in the mid-50s this morning, and we got a lot of cloud cover. Yesterday when that water warmed up, we ended up on a real good bite. We had one guy come in from South Carolina, get his personal best trout. That's what he came down here for, all the way from South Carolina. Fished all day, got the fish at the end, so we left them biting. So I think this morning we'll go back in there and try to get them. If that doesn't work, we'll slip back in there in the afternoon when we found them yesterday. These Sims waders, I really like these Sims waders right here. They're the new zippers, G4Zs. Gore-Tex, you can zip them up, cool off if it gets hot, walk around like that because we're fishing in water real shallow. So that's about it today. I got repeat client today, Bobby Walker. He's just after one fish. It's late February, prime time, good feed today. And hopefully we'll be able to get on some fish, but it's kind of the layout for today. We'll give it a full day and do it again tomorrow. We're going to stop on this point. We're going to fish this little cove right over here. There were some big trout in here the other day. Work it real slow. Water temp's about 60 degrees. Yesterday morning it was 52.
It's 60 now.
60 now. So, good for big trout. Cloud cover, it's good. It's not happening here. gonna have to make a move. Bait went down. So we're gonna make a run. We'll give it a try. How about that?
Gone.
What we're doing, Jimmy? We're bouncing this willow tail off the bottom, real slow. Just bounce it and let that tail do the work with that little bitty 2/0 black nickel hook. Those big trout love this bait. Been throwing this bait now for like 7 or 8 years. So what happened, this is a rarity, got a backlash, we could not get out. So I'm having to totally re-spool out here on the water, which is something that you need to prepare for if you're out fishing all day. Unfortunately, Jimmy, I didn't bring any extra braid with me. But what is fortunate is that I'm fishing, one of my clients is actually a good friend. So while he's out fishing, I'll borrow a little bit of his line from his spare reel. But for the record, I'll repay him tonight. Just pull him back up. Bad thing about picking out a backlash is everybody else is fishing. They're probably going to hook up soon. That'll do it right there. Now we're going to tie a loop knot. So all you do is you tie a loop. About like that. Find your lure. There. Go back through there. Just twice. Once. And you go back through both loops. Loop knot. And we're ready to go fishing, Jimmy.
Big trout. Big trout. Not that big. Biggest one I caught in a while. Biggest one I caught today. Pretty fish.
She's looking real good.
A good punch, tail. It's a fat fish.
It's your broadside, lift that tail out of the water. Keep lifting her out of the water by the tail if you can. Broadside.
There she went.
Real quick, Jimmy. We've been catching a lot of fish. And I am so surprised on the drag system on this Shimano reel. I've had this reel for almost 24 months. I've sent it into the shop one time for cleaning. Somebody dropped it in the water. It's a Shimano Aldebaran, and I cannot imagine how this drag is holding up because we've caught, you've been with us on a couple of trips, 10, 12-pound redfish, big, huge trout, and it just screams drag every single time you just engage it and get going again. The drag system on a Shimano is really second to none. So with that said, I'm going to try to spin it right now.
see if we can get something on the ball-tailed shad. We got some greener water. But the drag system on these Shimano's are something else. I'm pretty impressed with it. I just got back from Brazil, peacock bass, same thing. They're throwing Shimano's over there. 60-pound test, braided line, crank down all the way, catching those big peacocks. They're screaming drag. I don't see how they hold up. But they hold up, so we keep using them. Little fish. Nice trout though. Nice healthy redfish. True spotter. Let me show you what we're using. We were fishing a color change earlier with the willow tail. Then we got in this dirty streak of water, so we're throwing this 4-inch paddle tail right here. This paddle tail has a ton of vibration. You pull it through the water, you're fishing braided line, you're gonna feel the vibration in your reel seat down here. I mean, you just feel it vibrating, you pull it through the water just a couple seconds and let it pause, and they're picking it up. Right? That thing just vibrates like crazy. You know it's working. And when you're fishing muddy water, that's what you need to throw. This 4-inch paddle tail. This paddle tail is tried and true. It's passed the ultimate test. That is the test of time. And it's a darn good bait. And I always reach for this 4-inch paddle tail when the water's muddy and have good success with it.
Yesterday was still a grind, I think, until the end. We got some nice fish at the end. Well, we did have one good fish early. Bobby caught a real nice trout. That's what we were after. They weren't in there as thick as we'd hoped, so we had to bounce around a little bit. Then we went to where we knew we'd get some redfish, a good redfish bite, and the occasional big trout. And I think we got one up to 3 pounds. That was about it. So, you know, those big dinosaur trout are just not as prevalent as they used to be. So we just have to work harder to find them.
A little bit bigger. Still too small. This is like number 7.
Not that big. We got some bite. Willowtail. How's that for talking him into it, Jimmy?
Oh my God. I don't know if you pot liquor. Come over here and pot liquor my fish. Bob, the Wayne. Hey, come here, Bob. Bob. Got the camera away. Can you do me a favor, Bob? Boat grip this fish. Bobby.
So I think he's doing it on purpose.
I'm trying.
Put it in the water. Here comes the boat. Old Bob here. You can give him some opportunities, but when you got to get in there and do it yourself, just got to get in there and do it yourself. Can't be messing around with Bob. Let's get a good picture though.